Revenge films.
I've been married for 3 years now, and since I have an 8-month-old child, I'm a housewife. My husband works in a certain office, and although his salary isn't anything exceptional, our expertise in managing our budget has given us a life without any hardships. We've become so good at balancing out the bills with things we'd like to do or have that we've even managed to save some money every month. By the way, I have a younger sister, and I'd heard just the other day that she had had her wedding. The trouble was that people talked about it like it had already happened, and I later discovered that she really did have her wedding. I didn't know! How did I find out? A mutual acquaintance of ours, Brenda, contacted me and said, "Hey, how come you didn't go to Sam's wedding the other day? Were you too busy? Or did your baby get a fever? Or something?" I went into a panicked frenzy upon hearing what she said. What? What are you talking about? I was never told of any wedding. What? You didn't get an invitation? Even though you're sisters? You're kidding, right? I'm not. Nothing from Sam had come in the mail, and I never received any messages from her either. There's no way. I don't know why. Maybe you should ask your parents? They attended the wedding after all, and to Sam, of course. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks so much for letting me know. Right after I thought I understood what was going on, I quickly called Sam. Is it true you had your wedding recently? Yeah, I got married last month. I wasn't invited. I mean, duh. I never sent you an invitation. You can't be serious. I'm your sister, you know. Why wouldn't you invite me, your own family? Because you'll only be a nuisance to the other guests. Huh? My mind went blank once she said that nonsense. I thought I was always an angel to everyone. Okay, maybe not an angel, I admit. Hold on just a second. What do you mean I would have been a nuisance to the other guests if I attended? I thought I was always nice and charming to everyone. I'm not talking about you yourself exactly. It's your child. It's still young, and it's quite annoying when it cries. You know, such loud noises interrupting my lovely wedding, that would surely ruin it, and I wasn't going to have any of that. So you decide to exclude me, your only sister, from your moment of glory? I could have left the room however many times needed when she would get loud. Or better yet, I could have talked to someone and arranged for them to take care of her when I went to the wedding with my husband. This is a huge shock, to not know my own sister's wedding, let alone invited. Oh, please, it can't be that bad. In any case, thanks to you, the wedding was amazing. Everyone was so kind, and we had a magnificent dinner that night. I'm glad you didn't come. She hung up right after. I was at a loss for words. She's my only sibling, and the pain I felt at not attending her wedding was overwhelming. I then called my parents. Why didn't you tell me about Sam's wedding? Do you have any idea how hurt I feel? This is so cruel. Then went on telling me they thought I knew and they were quite surprised. But it seemed like my sister had made up a lie about my being busy to attend, and they assumed it couldn't be helped. On the other hand, if they created a fuss during the wedding and inconvenienced everyone, the wedding would be ruined. After the wedding, they were overcome with guilt and told me it was too painful to bear, they said. What they said made sense, but I was still shell-shocked. Not to mention, I felt sorry for my husband. It felt like being told we weren't family. Neil noticed I was unhappy and suggested,
"How about you join a club to take your mind off of it?"
Fortunately, I'm a housewife, and I had plenty of time to pursue a hobby. I was so happy with his suggestion, and for a while, I had a yearning to make our backyard alive with natural beauty, so I decided to take a gardening class. There were many kinds of people in the class with many different ideas, and I was able to learn a lot. Who would have thought toilet paper rolls could be used as pots to plant seeds? It was a great change of pace. I became good friends with a lady named Carrie. As we talked more, I found out that Rick, my sister's husband, works in the office with her husband. By the way, Didn't your sister get married recently? My husband and I were invited, and we were happy to attend, but I don't recall you attending. I thought you had something come up that made you unable to. Did you get a fever? Or something happened to your dear daughter, perhaps? No, nothing of the sort. Truth be told, I went on telling her everything about how shocked I was for not being invited, and then she said, "This is unbelievable! Refusing to let your only sister in the world attend your own wedding? Babies can be loud when they cry, but no one would ever complain about that. No, sir. Everyone knows babies are loud sometimes, and people would understand. You leave everything to me, honey." She showed me too much great kindness, the dear woman. A few days later, my sister was at a certain tea time with some of her friends. That gathering was one that the wives of those employed at the same company periodically organized. It presented opportunities to befriend wives of bosses and other high-ranked employees, too. In these parties, you had to look good in both appearance and in reputation to have a chance. How do I know about this? A few days prior, my sister stopped by our house and announced, "Hey, Daisy, I didn't get yours yet, you know." What? My what exactly? What are you on about? Your stupid wedding present. The money that's traditionally given to the newlyweds at their wedding. Hurry up and give me the money. What? You never told me anything about the wedding. That's completely besides the point. Your sister got married, you see? It's obvious you give her a wedding present. Needless to say, starting a married life requires a lot, and I have an important tea time gathering with the wives of those working at my husband's office, so I need new clothes for that too. I was thinking of something from Retrofeet. Maybe a sab dress? Those are so beautiful. Come on, cough it up. Enough! You never invited me to your wedding, but you demand money as a present from me? Bullshit! Plus, the money wouldn't even be mine. I don't even work. I would be giving you money withdrawn from Neil's salary, see? And you can't be more disrespectful to a working man. What's with the attitude? You're just jealous that my husband works at a prestigious company, That's not what I'm saying. This is about common sense. I'm not giving you your present. I successfully sent her away. And now you know how I found out about the tea time gathering. On the day of the gathering, however, my sister, who would be attending it at this hour, suddenly called me. "What the hell, Daisy? What did you tell them?" What in the world are you talking about? Feigning ignorance, are we, bitch? The frick you think you're doing blabbing to the department chief's wife? Thanks to you, I'm having a terrible time. If the wives of higher-ranked employees attend, then so did Madame Carey. It is true that I unwillingly told her everything, but every word I said spoke the truth, while Sam lied to her face. What? It's not like I didn't tell her the truth. I only told her that I just wasn't invited is all. You're the one who is lying to her. How dare you make things hard for me? I wanted to get my husband on the road to promotions by becoming friends with Madame Carey, but you completely destroyed that. You're responsible for the mess I'm in, and I order you to take action and fix everything now! It's you that has to be responsible for a change. Your unconventional lies were the cause of your current situation. You deal with the consequences of your actions. That's called being an adult, Sam. Maybe you could learn from my daughter, who's always so quiet nowadays, by the way. Don't lash out your sour bitchiness because your precious Neil works in a low-class office. Too bad. I was never sour towards my precious Neil, and I'm really happy, see? His salary is more than enough to make us all lead good lives, but I wouldn't expect you, a materialistic gold digger, to understand. Good luck making new friends during tea time. No, wait! It's not too late! Tell them what you said wasn't true! You can't do this to me. I'm your little sister! Hey! But I ignored her and hung up. I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. I learned later on, but it seemed that Sam was also lying to her husband, telling him that she'd sent me an invitation and that I'd allegedly declined. But through Madam Carey, he found out that that was a lie, and he exploded in fury.
You're completely insane, never inviting your one and only sister to our wedding and lying to me about it. And the reason, I can't believe how stupid it is. The crying baby would be too loud, but of frickin' course babies cry. It's the most natural thing in the world. I must have looked like such a shameless bastard in my boss's eyes.
Because it was our special day, honey.
I've lost my confidence in starting a family with you. I can't believe that anyone who thinks the crying voices of children as too annoying to handle will ever be a good mother in the future. I want my children to be raised by someone who can appreciate even the negative things rather than condemn them.
And although they were still newlyweds, he'd moved out, it seems. She then apparently came crying to Mom and Dad, but even they turned their back on her.
You brought this on yourself! You deal with it!
They sent her away without helping her in any way. I don't know what's going on with Sam and Rick after that, but they now live in different lodgings, and... You tell him to come back to me, Daisy! We just got married! The sheer number of times she begged me, the audacity is just unbelievable. Of course, I ignored them all, but all I want to say is good riddance. No one will care if you won't care for your own family after all.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.